Because your face is not on the internet. Like Lil Mo said, if we're going to make, let's make this playing field even. Show me your face too.
Now, we're going to get off of this topic because we got something else to talk about. But look here. Lil Mo doing this on Twitter.
That was kind of messy.
That was shade. That was crazy.
She said that was her friend and she wasn't throwing shade. That was all type of shade.
No, that's not her friend. I'm sorry. If anything happened to Denise and her stuff like that, and I get on Twitter or I get on Facebook, or
saying you're coming to my defense.
Exactly, by saying that was no friend. That's
she wanted to get her followers up. So
yeah. Hey, what's up? It's your guy Dawson.
Yeah, I'm Denise.
And we're just here and want to talk about the little Iyanla Fix My Life little interview with Terrell Owens. Terrell. See, I was saying the man's name wrong. Terrell.
Yeah, no, I couldn't say it wrong. I'm just saying some.
Yeah, she said
potato.
Terrell. Exactly. But I think this was a very good episode. We've seen Terrell Owens, as she called him, throughout the last couple of years, his ups and downs, dealing with going to different teams, being kicked off of teams, dealing with his issues with his kids, all that kind of stuff, and his kind of sort of reality show that he tried to do.
Yeah. Which was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, but and of course he cried as usual. But Iyanla really dropped some powerful nuggets in this episode that not only I think he could take, but everybody who watched it. And I think every athlete, singer, anybody who has that much fame, that much money, but
even with the money, why do you have to become broke before you're humble? Wow. And that's what we have seen a lot of.
Yeah. Before
you're humble, you have to become broke. You have to lose it all. And then you want to get down and want everybody to, give you some type of sympathy. But when you were up on top, you couldn't even stop for an autograph.
Wow. But that's true, because she was like, the problem is not the money. The problem was you. And basically, the whole gist of this was her telling him that your talent and your skills, it took you somewhere, but they couldn't keep you there because your integrity wasn't there, your value, your self-respect, the things that you need, you should have been working on your manhood. You didn't have that. And if we look in the media, if we look at family and friends, I can see, let me speak for myself, I can see so much of that in certain people. They want to be in the limelight. They want to be seen. They want the attention, but they're not willing to work on themselves. They're not willing to work on their finances.
Because they feel money will just take care of everything.
Money doesn't take care of
everything. And then you heard him say people he trusted. Yeah, you can trust a lot of people, and a lot of people act like they're trusted when you have all that money.
Exactly.
And you're not paying attention. Next thing you know, you're broke and broken.
Wow. It's you. She be dropping. Look at Denise trying to draw some nuggets. But you're right. You were broke, money broke, and broken because the people you thought who were around you, who were gonna, pour into your life because you poured all your money
and now
into
you
them.
Can't even get a ride to the grocery store.
Exactly, and that's why you crying, because, and that's one thing that I'm glad I kind of, I kind of learned that, and I stay on you about that, about really having a discernment of people and really knowing what people's motives are and if they have a hidden agenda. I'm pretty good on that. You would say I'm pretty good on that? Very good. And
I'm not too bad on it.
You're not too bad, but you're very trusting of a lot of people.
But as soon as I pick it up,
she drops it.
Time to go.
You don't linger on and stuff like that. But I just wish for him now. I think Terrell's at a place where he wants to do the right thing. He wants to make a change in his life. And when you're at rock bottom, like you said, it's sad that it has to get to that point for you to say, have a wake-up call.
Yeah, and then when you get back on top, are you still going to be that same person again? That's the whole thing.
Because everybody's going to come out the woodwork. People who, hey man, I ain't seen you in a long time, man. We go way back. And people want that that kind of, that love or, that friendship so bad, so-called friendship, that they'll take that. You paying for everybody to fly here to Chicago, to fly to California, all this kind of stuff.
Look what that did, the hammer.
I know, exactly. And that's real. And Mike Tyson too. I mean, you
want to help everybody out, especially way back then. You want to take everybody with you. You want to help them. You want to make sure everybody eats.
Exactly.
But when you're starving, where are they?
Exactly. And that reminds me. Like I said, I think a lot of people will take a lot of nuggets from this, like we did. And the main thing I took away is don't let your talent and your skills take you where your character can't keep you.
Woo!
That was just that really hit me, because you got to perfect that character, your value, your self-worth, knowing who you are. So when everything else falls
stripped
apart,
away, you're still you, and you can
still
still
you.
stand.
Still standing,
I'm
still
still
me.
standing.
This girl crazy. Yeah, so yeah, check out that Iyanla Fix My Life with Terrell Owens, and man, he should have had his good friend Chad Ochocinco.
I was gonna say he remind me of Chad so much that birds of a feather.
Man, that's I don't judge. You know, maybe we'll see one with Chad on there with Evelyn.
Now, in other news, we're gonna talk about the hot topic, Kevin Terry and his alleged sex video. They called it an alleged sex video.
Yeah, there's been a lot of backlash in the Christian, in the gospel community. Let me say that. Towards this young man because of an alleged sex tape, but people are saying that it is him.
Yeah, it won't be a Stellar Award for that, but they don't.
It won't be a Stellar Award. Come on now. But when I heard about this, people were putting it all on Facebook. People were in blogs, and it's just like you don't want your sex tapes to get out, your private stuff you're doing on your own home, but when you're talking about somebody in a Christian community where they condemn homosexuality, right. And here you have a guy who is a gospel artist, a praise and worship leader, who has so many praise breaks on YouTube in a sex tape. It's like...
But it happens, and like I said before, if you're not married and you're still having sex and performing oral sex, we get a pass on that.
Well, come on, it's like with the Dietrich Haddon thing. Dietrich Haddon, when he did his thing or whatever, and his stuff got leaked out, he didn't get a backlash right. Because it was a female. I don't know who was sending this to a female. Why are we so quick to judge? That's the whole thing. Why are we so quick to judge? We all are working with different things inside of us, and we want to be so quick to judge. Oh, but when it comes to you, it's time for God to forgive, and He knows your heart and all this other stuff. But when it's somebody else, you want to just God doggone put them on the cross. Here she go, y'all. Here she go. I totally agree with that, and I feel sorry, for what he's going through, because I guess he was booked, him and his group, Predestined, and there are a lot of concerts and different people and conferences who have turned them away and kind of shied away from them.
Speaking of predestined, he said it was in God's plan. He said things are predestined.
Yeah, he did release a statement. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. He said, mature people who have an intellectual brilliance and or real spiritual discernment understand the difference between what to entertain. That doesn't mean... Okay, my phone went out.
He has a lock code.
I know, I sure do. Hey,
he might have something alleged.
I damn sure do. I got my stuff over here. Ain't nothing like that, but I got some stuff. But he was just saying, mature people who have an intellectual brilliance and or real spiritual discernment understand the difference between what to entertain, that's meant to be jokingly messy, versus what was meant to kill and destroy a human being's destiny. I am called according to God's purpose. My personal life is irrelevant.
It is.
I'll get
it is.
He said, my personal life is irrelevant because God can only judge. We need to put focus on more attention on helping people keep living through the trenches of their opposition. I need as much mercy with my struggle in life as much of you need for yours. Yes, we all have an opinion. However, is your negative opinion going to make any difference at this point to help anybody? Mm-hmm. Let's put more prayer on it, and may God continue to cover you, His blameless people. Whoa.
True. Is your negative opinion going to help me? If you know I'm struggling with certain things, why not come and pray for me instead of praying at me?
Yeah, but
or making me your prey.
Well, let me tell you, the reason
because
why,
I'm the newest scandal.
I know, but the reason why I said when he stated that, what did he say? I'm called according to God's purpose. My personal life is irrelevant because God can only judge me. When you are in a position like that of authority, a president, of power, over a company, or even with a gospel artist, your personal life is under a microscope. So I think him saying it's irrelevant, that's kind of like, especially in the Christian arena, you're a gospel singer. Everything you do is going to be scrutinized.
And I think that's the backwards part.
What's the backwards part?
About everything that I do in the Christian society will be scrutinized or will be judged instead of prayed for and helped and overlooked.
we're done with the book talk. Let's get to it. Is the church at MegaFest, at camp meeting, at the Azusa conference going to want to hear this praise and worship leader lead praise and worship after this has been released?
No,
that's
not,
what everybody
not in
wants
front
to
of people, because they want to keep a certain image. But I'm quite sure when they go back to their hotel rooms and do whatever they want to do undercover, under the cover, then that's a different story.
And one thing I don't like about this is because he said he's receiving, a backlash from other gospel artists. Are you kidding me? I just don't. How can you receive a backlash when a lot of them probably do the same thing?
Because at this point, in probably about 2 more years, Stella Award's going to have to add another category, the best tape out, because this is just getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This is not.
It's Dietrich had him. It's like, they're gonna have to add another
category.
But it's like, I'm with the whole
best sex tape goes to
Donnie McClurkin. I feel, God forgive me. I feel that for most of the Christians, what they're gonna see, especially people who know this young man, who love his music, he's really popular on YouTube with praise breaks and with his songs, and I think, he's going to have a strong support system around him who probably even knew that this was his lifestyle or his choice. He's going to have those people. But there are going to be other people out there who will never let you get over something that happened to you.
And when that happens, you leave them alone. And you don't let them get in your ear. And you go far away as you can from them, because we've all done things that we're not proud of. Some may have been caught on tape. Others haven't.
Yeah. And it's true. And that's why I say, I just hate the shaming factor. How in the black community, especially in the black community, and I ain't even going to nobody else's community.
But what you don't what you don't allow is someone to take your power away from you. Don't ever let anyone make you walk with your head down. I don't care what you did, what your mama did, what your family did. You always walk with your head held up high. Exactly. And when you take the power away from someone, it'll die.
Exactly. And most people probably hating on you too because they doing the same thing.
Right.
This girl crazy. Exactly. So it's for this young man and his group, I wish them much success. Do you think he's gonna turn into secular now? Because
secular or succular?
I said we were gonna do this with integrity. We were not gonna be like the other people on YouTube bashing people. And
I'm not bashing. And he also said this thing, you can do stuff that's coming from a joking manner, and I'm not.
Exactly. He did say that. Messy. He said don't be messy.
I'm not being messy.
No, secular meaning like non-Christian, Christian type thing.
I got it mixed up.
Yeah. But like I said, I can't judge nobody. I'm not judging nobody. I don't
far
care.
from perfect. So
I
do secular music myself, so
I can't do anything serious with this girl. But to him, to his group Predestined, keep doing your thing. And here's the thing: we did a show on secretly recording people in sex acts. That seems to be a big thing that's going on in 2013.
And it wasn't fair because your face is not on the internet. Like Lil Mo said, if we're going to make, let's make this playing field even. Show me your face too.
Now, we're going to get off of this topic because we got something else to talk about. But look here. Lil Mo doing this on Twitter.
That was kind of messy.
That was shade. That was crazy.
She said that was her friend and she wasn't throwing shade. That was all type of shade.
No, that's not a friend. I'm sorry. If anything happened to Denise and her stuff like that, and I get on Twitter or I get on Facebook, or
saying you're coming to my defense.
Exactly, by saying that was no friend.
She wanted to get her followers up. So
yeah, and I'm sure she did because people follow that type of craziness, but. That wasn't a friend. A friend don't do no mess like that. I'm sorry.
Keep your head up both ways. But I'm just saying, we're not here to judge. So
I'm not
that's our
judge.
take on it.
Keep doing your thing, Kevin. God loves you, and Predestined. Y'all keep your head up. Y'all got some good music, and hey, it is what it is, man. People are human. People make mistakes. People do things. We all live in this world. We all got to live here, whether you agree with people's lifestyles or not, or their struggles, as he said, his struggle. That's it, man. He got to live with that. He got to answer to God for that and answer to the people who buy his music and all that stuff. Yeah, God bless him. Predestined. Peace.